Watch this.
Oh, hallelujah.
Get up right now.
I'm hearing something real powerful for someone. And now listen to this.
Hey guys, Jay the Denier here. I've got a little problem. Apparently, about a year ago, there was a lot of push by the feminist group to allow girls into the Boy Scouts. This all stems from a whole bunch of other stuff. And first, they wouldn't let openly gay boys in, which I'll talk about later. They wouldn't let gay men be a part of like the scout leaders or whatnot. I'm really getting tired of feminists involving themselves into everything, making everything some sort of masculine issue, trying to kill what is masculinity. And I mean the good kind. You know, Boy Scouts were founded back in, 1910? And it was basically them starting an organization to teach young men how to be, or young boys how to become men. How to be self-reliant, how to be respectful, how to be patriots, to work with others, be self-reliant, just basically to be a man, a masculine man. You know, to work outdoors, things like that. Let me see here. Yeah, the BSA was founded in 1910, and since then, more than 110 million Americans have been participants in the BSA programs at some time. The BSA is a part of the International Scout Movement and became a founding member organization of the World Organization of the Scout Movement in 1922. Okay, the traditional scouting divisions are Cub Scouting for boys ages 6 to 11 years, Boy Scouting for boys ages 11 to 18, and venturing into young men and women ages 14 or 13 having completed the 8th grade through 21. Men and women, no, it's Boy Scouts. It's always been men. This is new for Wikipedia. As of 2018, girls are allowed to join Cub Scout dens. And in 2019, a scouting program for older girls will allow for a path to earn to rank of Eagle Scout, which is ridiculous. You know, I say this all the time. I'm tired of feminism destroying men. You know, they said all these years that they wanted to be equal. They wanted equal opportunity to do the same things as men. But why do they have to be in boy groups? I mean, they're not getting rid of the Girl Scouts, are they? No, I think not. So why do they have to destroy everything that is boys? I mean, you know, they don't have boy clubs, men clubs. It's being torn apart. I mean, at every level, they are trying to destroy anything that is for men. It all stems from the idea that feminists believe girls and boys are the same. And they're not. And they want to attack masculinity, which is kind of the basis of what makes a man a man. To be masculine, to be strong, tough, reliant, have internal fortitude. Not qualities women can't have, but men must have. It is a must for a man to be self-reliant. It is a must for a man to be strong and reliable and respectful. It's a must. It has to happen. But feminism wants to kill everything. You know, I started in the Boy Scouts around, I want to say 86. And I was in it till about 89, somewhere there, almost 1990. And the only reason why I left is because they were running out of room at the den I was with. And I gotten a lot out of it. You know, I worked real hard working on Pine Derby cars and boats and how to tie ties and how to start fire. And I don't mean how to be an arsonist, but how to start a campfire. How to be self-reliant. These are the things that I hold most valuable. And if it wasn't for, having a good upbringing and the Boy Scouts, I wouldn't have handled the military as good as I did. Military made me even more reliable, more masculine, more, self-efficient. And that was because I had the Boy Scouts, which is kind of like a small military kind of thing. They don't teach you how to kill, and they don't teach you how to do military movements and all that stuff, but survival skills, how to forage for food, how to tie knots, how to pitch a tent, how to, keep water filtered, or, there's a lot of different things that they do. Now, why the women want girls to join is beyond me. The future of men is in trouble, deep trouble. And as far as I can tell, feminism is going to be the leading cause to killing it. Feminism is truly going to be the death of masculinity and men in general. They want to destroy everything that, not all feminists, okay, there are feminists out there that can be reasonable, like Christina Hoff Sommers, the factual feminist she calls herself. And I think deep down, there are some feminists out there that live by the original feminist code. We want equality. We want the same rights, the same work opportunity. We want to vote and all that. We went through that whole thing we talked about it with the feminists. But the ones that are toxic feminists, to use their own words against them, because that's what they do. Anything they don't like, they put some sort of harsh label on it, like toxic. That's where they get with the mansplaining, and they put man in front of something, even though they hate the word man and they want to take it out of everything. But, it leads me to people like this. There's an article by a group online called Christian Feminism Today. And the title of it is called A Message to Boy Scouts. And she goes on about cookies for a minute, and then she starts opening up the idea that Girl Scouts are better than Boy Scouts, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. And we'll get to the Girl Scout thing later. But she states here in her little article, it says, unlike the Girl Scouts, who have welcomed all sexual orientations. Why are they talking about sexual orientation? These are children. Sexual orientation shouldn't even be a factor. They shouldn't even be asking, who are they to care? They're children. These aren't things you talk about with kids. Anyways, and have adopted a policy where no lifestyle is advocated as better than another. The Boy Scouts have opted for a less hospitable position as a youth organization centered on endorsing and promoting values. Yeah. The Boy Scouts of America has come under considerable pressure and scrutiny in the last few years because of its determination to exclude a particular group of young boys. Really? Exclude? Well, how do they know they're gay unless they ask? Why are they asking? There's no need to ask what a sexual orientation of a child. Again, with this. Anyways, seeing them as antithetical to these specific values, the Scout Oath asks a pledge, among other things, to be morally straight, in quotations, which, as this person supposes, is intended to send the message that only straight boys need consider scouting a viable option. That's ridiculous. Really? Morally straight? When that was written back in the day, straight meant straight as an arrow, not gay or sexual or anything. No, to be straight was to be upstanding, good guy, morally straight and narrow, to do the right thing. Unlike the left, which are morally empty at this point, and I've had enough. Now let's talk about the Girl Scouts for just a minute. Oh, why is it we can have the girls, straight girls, they don't identify as boys, they identify as girls. Why are they allowed to join the Boy Scouts, but straight boys can't join the Girl Scouts? They say they're all inclusive, but they don't allow boys into the Girl Scouts. They made trans boys that want to be girls, but they don't allow boys into the Girl Scouts. Well, why is that? Well, because on the left, you're allowed to have a safe space for girls. You're allowed to have safe spaces for gays, lesbians, people of color, every religion except for Christianity and Jews. Really? So, according to progressive leftism, everybody gets a safe space except for straight white men. Well, I happen to be a straight white male. I'm not ashamed of being straight or white or male. I don't have a problem with you if you're not. But apparently they do. You know, it all kind of stems back from this little article, which I should do a video, but I'm not. Everybody else has done something about it. About the girl who wore the Asian dress to her prom, right? And they said she was appropriating Chinese culture. Seems like in China, nobody cared. The only people that cared was one Asian kid here in America, for the most part, and a bunch of white liberals who are trying to virtue signal, play identity politics. It's progressivism. Actually, progressivism should be considered regressivism, because they're regressing back to a time where they want to separate everybody into these little tiny boxes. And they're going to do it to the Boy Scouts now. So I'll never even consider letting my son join. They have no idea what they're doing. They're going to destroy what once was a great thing. In closing, I'm going to say this. Feminism is killing men. Or at least they're trying. They really need to step off their high horse. Stop pretending with all the wage gaps and the inequalities and the equal opportunity. And they have equal opportunity. Actually, there are programs and things out there specifically tuned towards women that benefit them and not men. I call that a privilege. What, because I'm white and I'm male, I have privileges that somebody else doesn't? LeBron James seems to be doing a hell of a lot better than me. Matter of fact, 77% of basketball seems to be doing better than... Well, everybody in basketball seems to be doing better than me financially, but there's equal opportunity. There's never going to be equal outcome, and as long as you're looking for equal outcome, you're never going to get the true results that you want. Everybody has equal opportunity these days. Maybe not 50 years ago, but today they do. And trying to trans everything and gay up everything, and why does it matter? Why does it matter? Western culture has always been about opportunity. And as long as you keep trying to put women above men instead of equal to men, let the girls have their own club. Let the boys have their own club. And then let them come together and learn how to work together as it's always been. Boys have always hung out with other boys because they are more relatable. Every once in a while, a girl is what labeled tomboy, and everybody has a problem with that. No, she's a little tougher than the normal girl. She's a little more get in the dirt than the normal girl, and that's fine. Nobody has a problem with that. But to tell her she needs to become a boy or trans or gender fluid or all this other garbage, it's ridiculous. So how about we do this? How about we let boys be boys and let girls be girls, and those who are not the same as normal girls and normal boys, let's let them decide. But let's wait till they're actually an adult, till they fully mature, and they really start to understand the world better than a child. 18-year-olds, yeah, they're dumb in their own ways. They haven't learned everything, but they have a lot better idea of what sexual nature they're going to live under gender or under all this other crap. Stop making everything about sex or race or political standings. I don't care if you're a liberal. I don't care if you're a conservative. I don't care. I can love everyone. But as long as you sit there and you try and force me to say things that aren't right, or believe in something I don't think is right, or to tell me boys need to act more like girls and girls need to act more like boys, is ridiculous. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Women are sentient beings. They can have kids. Men cannot. Men can do things women can't do. Women can do things men can't do. And when we bring those together, that's when they are the best cohesion. Letting women be women and men be men. Not all women are the same, not all men are the same, but in general, they are. Women are just the same, and I don't even know how to say that right. It's, you know what I'm getting at. Women are women, men are men. When they come together, they work perfect. And when you start screwing with that combination, when you start screwing with that equation, you're going to get a different outcome. And it's not going to be the one you want. Because men are going to start going their own way. They're not going to care what women think anymore. Why do you think men do what they do? It's to get the approval of women. Most of the women out there that are being hated on are by other women. It's ridiculous. But I'm going to leave it there. Boy Scouts, I feel sorry for you. You're destroying a legacy that is almost over 100 years old. By letting girls into the Boy Scouts, you are ruining what is the Boy Scouts. Stop it. Let it go. Let the girls have Girl Scouts. Let the boys be Boy Scouts. This is ridiculous. Take it back. Fix it. Alright. Leave your comments below. I'm Jay the Denier. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for every new video I send out. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a nice day.
Listen to this right here.
I heard then, it was like the Lord spoke that through me then. Oh, there it is. Get up right now.
There it is again.